And in case you haven't read the description, we are now doing Crash Bandicoot Warped, and we are on the final part in the N Sane Trilogy. We got some gems to pick up, a few relics. We gotta fight Cortex again for the secret ending. And then we have one trophy to obtain. One easy trophy. So we're gonna go back to Dynamite, because there are 2 gems here, as well as an entrance to a secret level. So we've got our work cut out for us. As I said before, there are 2 secret levels in Crash Bandicoot Warped, and we're not going to be able to we're going to be able to get to it. It's just that the method of getting there is a little weird. Now you see that I have 100 lives now instead of 99. That's because when I was going after the platinum in Bye Bye Blimps, I restarted the level as I got an extra life, and what happened was the game just restarted. The game just gave me 100 lives. This glitch was actually present within the original Crash 1 and 2, not 3, since Naughty Dog patched it. But in the N Sane Trilogy, you can do it in all 3 games. At least I think so. I mean, it's all on one engine, and I can do it in Crash 1. In fact, if I go back to my Crash 1 save, then and you could see that I have, what was the number? About 140 lives. I'm a little stripped on time, so I'm trying to hurry through this. But this is one of the levels with irritating backtracking that Crash 2 was full of, but again, I think it's better here. Not just for Baby T, but also just the simple fact that Crash has abilities to make navigating through these easier. So now's the part where we're going to turn back. And of course, we can't see anything. You see, this was something N Sane Trilogy could have easily fixed. Like, granted, it's like the original, but at the same time, it was a flaw from the original. And just because it was in the original doesn't mean it was good. But despite a few qualms, they do manage to fix a few things, at least. I don't remember if, yeah, we got in the last part, but the reason I didn't go here last time for the secret gem route is because it requires the yellow gem, which we didn't have, but now we do. I've actually gotten a lot more relics since the last video. In fact, I now have 27 platinum relics. I'd say out of all of them, Hot Cocoa and what was the other one? The first motorcycle level were the worst, but I did manage to get them. And I even managed to die there. So guess what? Now we gotta go back. They really should have fixed the camera, but they didn't. Anyway. Where was I? Something about the relics. Oh, Hot Cocoa. The level had a really irritating platinum, but I'm not gonna lie. I cheated. I was watching a video on how to get the platinum properly, and then I found a video of someone beating the level within 1 freaking second. So then, I just watched the video, and then I found out that some bastard just has the jet ski touch the very tip of what was it? Of the nitro boxes at the very end that block the exit to the level. And then they just use that little trick to go straight to the end. Though my time will look legit when you see it. I did cheat though. One thing you should know about me is that I like honesty, and I'm willing to admit that I cheated. Cheater, cheater, pumpkin eater. If only the camera was panned out more. Again, if only the camera was panned out more. This really shouldn't be an issue. Here I was saying it was easier. Well, I sort of did slide into the lava. It's just that in the original game, I would always slide before I fell or jumped over the lava on the little rim, and I wouldn't slide in immediately. I would always jump out fast enough, but in this one, they extended the hitbox of the lava a little more. So now doing that makes you more likely to fall into the lava. So this is the kind of backtracking where you can just inch your way through the level. So you don't have to worry about any bees flying at you, any turtles, none of that. Unless you took time to take care of the enemies prior. No bottomless pits for you to fall into, just pools of lava. So if you have a mask, you know, you can step in and be okay. Baby T also takes a hit for you. Yeah, as you can see, Baby T cannot go to the bonus, or go to any death routes with you. Or can he? I glitched the game. Oh no, he's gone. Okay, can't die this time. I heard a lot of people complain about the death route music in Crash 3 and how it's all the same song, just remixed depending on what level it is, but I actually prefer that over the Crash 2 ones. Now, Crash 2 did have awesome death route music, but I don't know, I just like the idea of having certain sections use the same song, but remixed depending on the stage. And some of the arrangements can sound really good. I think my favorite was always the Future from the original, because with the death route in that one, it had some meow sounds at the end. It just sounded cool. And since we have the bazooka, we can just shoot these and be a-okay. I also got a few trophies outside of the last stream. Now, if you're wondering how we're going to do the order, we're going to get the gems first, both of them. And then after that, we'll be heading off to the secret level. But really, if you've never seen the secret level in this stage, then, man, you're not going to believe how you get there, because it is just dumb. Like, it's even dumber than the... Jeez. It's even dumber than the secret in, what was the level? Unbearable from Crash 2. We had to fall off that one bridge. If only I was better at this. Alright. We made it. I thought that was a nitro, I'm not kidding. Huh, you couldn't slide into that in the original. But yeah, check this out. Just a nice little reward for your curiosity. Huh. In the original, it's just a giant wall you couldn't get past full of steel boxes. Now this time it's shorter, and while you can get onto the top of it, you can't pass the invisible barrier. If I were to bring up the warped relics, I'd say aside from a few vehicle levels, they were all pretty fun. Just like the original. Though for whatever reason, I had a really irritating time with Sphinxinator's Platinum. Maybe it's because the time was more strict. Maybe it was the same after all. I haven't memorized all the Platinum times. And even if I memorize some of them, I don't memorize them to the exact millisecond. Yeah, this tune's another example of the same melody being recycled. The bonus levels use the exact same song, just remixed. Oh yeah, aside from a few things, it's still Crash Bandicoot Warped. And that's what I was talking about earlier, how if I slide at the very tip, I'll hit onto the lava. Oh, come on! Hey, you can still go back up here if you want. I feel like I should point this out, but you can actually shoot the Triceratops, but it doesn't do anything. At least in Warped you could, or the original. And I'm not saying that it looks like you're shooting him, I really do mean you shoot him, because the target locks onto him and makes a beep. Yeah, you can't hear. Not like it did anything. I'd also like to point out that it was actually possible to go back up to where the Triceratops is. And you could explore the part where it ran through. Or you can even stand right next to the Triceratops and say, "Hey buddy, what's up?" But you know, this isn't the same as the original, so of course some things will be different. And now we're gonna go back in for the secret level, where we'll go after not only the Platinum Relic, but also, what was it? The gem. I don't think there's any, I don't remember if there's any boxes in there, but it's still a fairly interesting level. Certainly not like any level we've seen before, at least in this game. Like I said, if you've never played the game before, or Warped before, you're not gonna believe this little secret. And it's gonna be more counterintuitive than the secret in Behaving, where you had to jump on nitro boxes. Because at least in that one, your clue was that these ones don't move. And at least with the bridge one, your clue was that there's only 3 pieces of the bridge remaining. This one, you don't get any sort of hint. Not even the game gives you a hint. You know, for the last secret level this game had, Hot Cocoa, your hint was that there's an alien sign, which is different from any other sign you've seen in the game. But also in this game, a blue bird just flies into the sign and smacks into it. I don't know if I've mentioned that or if you noticed. But in this one, oh boy, the secret is really, really freaking dumb. It's not really freaking dumb, it's really fucking dumb. Oh yeah, badass. Alright, get ready. Here comes the secret. I can make it there without dying. Alright, here it is. Jump into this pterodactyl. It brings you to the secret level. Yeah. Try that anywhere else, and the result is you know, freaking dying. Yeah, there's no boxes in this one. It's very straightforward. It's a simple 2D level where Crash rides on Baby T. Jumping appears to speed you up in this one. It'd probably be wise to hold on to Baby T at all times. Well, I got it. Got the gem and the platinum. So we just had ourselves a double whammy. Yeah, that is every single secret level in this game. And you just saw how fucking dumb that secret was. But hey, at least we got a trophy for our efforts. Now it's worth noting in the original game, you didn't have to play those in order to get the good ending. So they are completely optional. So you know, that's good. But being a completionist, I like doing all that stuff. I like all that. Getting everything I can. That's why I'm always after platinum relics. Right now I'm just seeing what stages I have left to do. And I hopped over the level 19 button because I know exactly what I need to do there. But where else do I need to get to pick up gems, you know? Getting a minimum of gold relics will actually reward you with something for your efforts. It'll be a nice little surprise. And there's one of the secret levels we've unlocked, Area 51 with a question mark. And my personal favorite, Rings of Power. But right now we're gonna go to Future Frenzy. Because we have a secret to go to. Is it safe here? Nice. I will say the bazooka kind of makes these sections trivial now. I will say the section that just played in the song doesn't sound as cool as the original. A lot of things that just aren't as nice as the original. It's still good, but it's not as nice as the original. It's kind of tough to say. It's like this weird middle ground. Sometimes it succeeds the original, sometimes it just doesn't. I will say, those two platforms were a little out of sync. Huh, I didn't even hear the meow. This is another backtracking level. But this should be the last one, and this is the worst the game gets. But there is a little trick to this. Just leave the checkpoint boxes alone. I think there's only one that we'll be coming across, but just leave it alone. But yeah, we gotta go all the way back to the beginning. Make sure we break all the boxes. And yeah, it's pretty annoying. Could have easily died there. This isn't fun. Just walking towards the screen, making sure you don't hit shit. You should be pretty close to the beginning. See, this is the beginning of Future Frenzy. Now with that knowledge, you just gotta go back. You can even pretend you're playing Time Trial. Except, you know, there's no boxes or enemies. And good thing we left that checkpoint box alone, because now we can just break it. And when we respawn, we'll have 80 boxes broken, including all the ones at the beginning and the death route. Plus the death route gem. Would you look at that? Another checkpoint. So yeah, we're in the clear for completing Crash 3. Pretty much. Unless I keep making stupid mistakes like that and dying. We don't have much to comment on, if only for the fact that I just want to get through the game. But I am also trying to get through this quickly so that way I can go to work. And also be at work, you know, all calm, knowing that I have fully completed Crash Bandicoot, the N Sane Trilogy. if no one watches the streams and yet I do them, I don't really mind, considering how I don't have an audience. At least any beyond, what's a small number, 10? But I do it because some people watch it and they like it, but also just the fact that I really want to do content like this more often once I get the stuff. I don't know when I'll work on getting the stuff, but definitely soon, when I'm ready to begin making the stuff. Making the proper YouTube content. Right after I get a computer and all the recording stuff that I need, like a capture device, camera, microphone, a good video editing software, because Movie Maker is unreliable. Yeah, it's good for a while, but I remember working on a video for 3 hours on my old computer, and it was almost done. Then Movie Maker crashed and I couldn't recover the video. Not to mention all the clips were gone. Like, completely. Like, when Movie Maker crashed, it corrupted the clips in their original files, too. I also have a hatred towards Movie Maker, because I remember downloading Movie Maker and getting a virus. Which just loaded my computer with pups that slowed it down. Making speed's teeth grindingly slow. So, 2 relics and 5 gems. There's 2 gems in a relic. There's 2 gems in a relic. If you're wondering where the last one is, the last one can be attained if you get enough relics. Minimum of gold. Now, for a lot of people, this is an irritating stage to play through. Because people already don't like the motorcycle, but also it's really fucking dark. Yeah. But I must point out that it's a lot easier to see the boxes in this one. Not to mention the UFOs don't move as suddenly as before. I mean, I guess you can still get jumped by the cops, but other than that, it's still pretty good. I mean, the headlight in this one is almost pointless, since the draw distance is so much better now. I actually noticed something interesting about the cop cars if you drive up to them, but if you look at the star on their door, it actually reads to capture and destroy bandicoots. So I thought that was a nice little touch from Vicarious Visions. I am starting to get a little better at these, as I had no trouble with the other platinums. Which is weird for me to say, considering how brutal I thought Road Crash's platinum used to be. But no, for me it's now one of the easier platinums that I struggle with. Huh, the sound effect when you hit the cones actually sounds like you're hitting a cone. And the original was like, woo! And I thought to myself, do cones really make that noise if you hit them with your motorcycle? I don't have any cones to test out, or a motorcycle. Hell, I don't even have a license. I remember someone asked me if I knew how to drive, and as a joke I said, I hold down the X button, right? Alright, we got them all, and we got first place. Not to mention, we got first pretty quickly. Just goes to show how much better I'm getting at these. And now we're going to try to go after the relic. It shouldn't be much harder. I mean, it might take a few tries, but few tries are few tries. Bringing down the house. That's for 42 gems. As for why it's for 42 and not 45, because of the 2 secret levels plus the little Coco level thing. Not Coco level, but yeah, Coco gem thing. She gave you the gem in the original, but it's probably just gonna appear there in the original. So we gotta beat this in 1 minute and 52 seconds. It shouldn't be too hard, just as long as we hit all the boxes and boost in the right areas. And properly avoid all of the UFOs. I almost said cars, actually. Don't know why they decided to do a level with UFOs, but pretty unique. All the motorcycle levels have an identity of their own. You have one in the day, you have one at night, you have one at sunset, and you got one in pitch black, where the only source of light is your headlights. And it also has UFOs. I don't know why aliens are after box gems, but whatever. Yeah, that's my gripe with the controls. It's the fact that wheelies are just a little, you know, hard to steer, harder than they were in the original. And also with the ramps, there's not much you can do to adjust yourself. But really, I'm glad the UFOs don't turn as hard as before. They used to make like really unrealistic turns, even for a UFO. Like, they'd sort of snap over to the other lane. Maybe it wasn't that bad, but you know what I mean. I will say it's much easier to fall in the holes in this one. But yeah, I did think these were terrible at first, but now I'm starting to like them a little more. I think I actually prefer the jet ski now over the motorcycle. At least in this collection. But I'm still having an alright time. Move it, move it. Got a box to break. Hey, you can even see the UFOs go up in the distance. That's cool. They had the fake crash cameo in this level. That's cool. I don't know if you saw him because it was dark, but Fake Crash was just standing by a cactus doing the boogie woogie. Or the Fake Crash dance, whatever you prefer. But since Fake Crash is now in levels, I guess that means we should backtrack to a previous level and obtain a trophy. An easy trophy, I might add. And it should be pretty amusing. I don't know if I mentioned this yet, but Fake Crash cameos were a thing in the original Warped, but they also added some in the N Sane Trilogy. Ah, great. I probably got a gold relic now, but let's see. Oh yeah, even though I missed all those boxes, I still got a platinum relic, baby. But yeah, Fake Crash is now appearing, so I better take advantage of this opportunity and go get that trophy that requires Fake Crash. This won't take long at all. But seeing Fake Crash would probably put a smile on your face. It puts a smile on mine. I was actually playing this on Friday and had a friend, not Friday, Sunday, and I had a friend over and we saw Fate crash in the first level and I was just laughing. And I just couldn't stop watching him. It was just so funny. Like, his dance looks even dumber in this one. I mean that in a good way. When I first saw Fate Crash, I actually thought the reason Fate Crash was made was because Crash and Coco were time traveling, and that caused some sort of paradox where Crash ended up looking like that. It's entirely possible that is why Fate Crash is here. Maybe it's just as a joke. Like, yeah, I know that, but I'm talking about a real in-game story-related thing. Alright, we're almost to Fate Crash. Alright, there he is! Yeah, just check him out dancing over there. I'd like for him to turn around. But yeah, you can shoot him now. If the camera will let me. Except no substitutes you get for shooting Fate Crash. I'm just gonna wait for him to turn around again because I want to see if he'd... Oh, nah, he doesn't exactly let you see his face. Yeah, he sort of just restarts after shaking it off. I do wonder what would happen if Crash got really close to Fate Crash. Like, would he attack Crash at all? Would he just keep dancing? He'd probably just keep dancing. Yeah, Fate Crash would later go on and make more appearances. He appeared in Crash Team Racing. He was in the Japanese version of Crash Bash. He played a big role in Entranced, as he was one of the Bandicoots that was captured. Because Entroopy and the villain of that game, Entrance, mistook him for the real Crash. He was in Nitro Kart, now sporting green pants. He was in Crash Purple, chained up in Spyro's castle for some reason. Well, a castle in the Spyro universe. And that was kind of the last appearance, aside from Boom Bang, where he was just another character. The reason I had to spiel about that for a while is because I wanted to finish that little anecdote, whatever, before I jumped into this level. So we have to beat this in a minute and a second. I want to try to go after the relic first, so that way, if I manage to miss the gem, then I can go back, you know? So yeah, win the race by flying through each ring, just like Superman 64. Oh, that's right, I forgot. I'm so used to pressing square to spin. Yeah, it's X. So the whole gimmick is that you gotta fly through these rings. You're racing some lab assistants. You gotta make sure you hit all the rings. And it can be pretty difficult to do because you move so quickly that steering is difficult. There's actually two different speeds you can achieve when you go through a ring. There's the yellow stream, where you move slow, Well, you move faster, but not as fast as if you spin through them where the stream is purple. So keep the streams purple. Yeah, one could say that these are the Rings of Power, but Rings of Power is actually supposed to be a nod to an old Naughty Dog game on the Genesis by the same name. Ski Craze was also the name of an old computer game that Andy Gavin and Jason Rubin made back when Naughty Dog was called Jam Software. I feel like the brakes were added just for this. Oh yeah! Booyah, Grandma! Booyah! That is every single relic in Crash Bandicoot Warped! And we even got the Platinum Trophy of this game. So just as soon as I get those 3 gems and beat the boss, we are done with Crash Bandicoot Warped and the entirety of the N Sane Trilogy. I can't believe that I'm finally at this point, but I can now keep that status of me being the one that has completed every single Crash game. Aside from the mobile phone games, but I don't count those. Oh, I meant to say 2 gems because I forgot. You get one for getting first place in this one. Just like the original, yada yada yada. Really? I thought I had to go through them in any order I pleased. Come on, game. Yeah, that's the... Oh, it's white in this one, but... That's the white stream I was talking about. I'm really glad they added the air brakes in this. Because I loved the original Rings of Power, but it was always upsetting when you moved so fast that you ended up missing a ring by just a hair. You know, if you get close, you can just tap the brake and you slow down a bit without losing a boost. And yeah, you can't shoot the lab assistants down, so don't bother. Man, come on. Don't know when this is supposed to take place or in what area. Because I don't think of World War I when I think of a desert. Or see a desert, I mean. I don't know about you guys. I don't know my war history. I mean, I used to think that the US was always in World War II. Like, from the very beginning. It took me years to realize that they didn't enter the war until Japan attacked them. Like, that just goes to show how ignorant I was about the war. Hell, I remember a time period where I thought the US won Vietnam. But it's entirely possible that the elementary school I went to lied to us about that sort of stuff. Like, you know, don't feel bad. We did good in Vietnam. We kicked their butts. We won. But no, we didn't. As you can see, there's now... we cannot enter any levels, just as I thought, and we even saw a bit of confetti. And the last gem should be right around here somewhere. There it is! And if you pick it up... Just... Oh, confetti and fireworks. Just like the original... Now, you didn't get to see this, but in Crash 2, if you get all the gems and relics, then it does the same thing in the secret warp room. Well, unless it did it in the other 5 sections, but you get the idea. Didn't last for too long, but so you gotta celebrate them while they're here. Alright, that's enough fanfare. Let's go kick Cortex's ass one last time. Now when you fight Cortex, you'll see a slightly different... No, not slightly different. You'll hear a different thing from him once you fight him. So get ready for that. Other than that, it's the same fight that we've done before. Just with a different thing at the beginning.
Yes, it is true. The Bandicoot has brought all of the crystals and all of the gems to me. Ultimate power is mine. The world as we know it is about to end.
Or is it? Because we're gonna try to win this fight without dying. Hoo-ha! I'm really excited to see the good ending, because the good ending in this one was always my favorite secret cutscene from the original. Oh! Stop it, Bandicoot! A little advice for you if you ever play the original. Stay away from the underside of Cortex when he's firing his gun. Because you'll be surprised by how quick the shots come down at you. Like, it's almost as if Crash got struck by lightning. That's how fast they are. Also, how does Cortex manage to get hit by the mine to be okay, but if Crash gets blown up in the mine, not only does he loses everything but his shoes, eyes, and now his nose. Man, the explosions that the two masks cause is so lame. Like, I'm sorry, it's just boom. We are done! Now let's get out of here.
No, it cannot be. Not a prisoner of time again.
The Time Twister machine could not hold itself together. We were lucky to escape.
Give me the mask. With it, I shall take over the world. Come on.
It is difficult to say what has happened to our enemies, but I doubt we will see them for a long time.
A little hard to hear Aku Aku in this one, but that was the good ending of Crash 3. Something in me prefers the way the original was handled, but that was still pretty good. And yeah, there is no more Crash Bandicoot N Sane Trilogy stuff to stream. We are finally done. You've seen pretty much everything now. Except I didn't know you can hit these. So good on Vicarious Visions. I will say that a few things need tweaks, but other than that, this is still a very, very good collection. This is certainly the best Crash Bandicoot game that has been made in years. So much love, thought, and care was put into this product, obviously. And while, again, a few things are lacking, the jump needs work. Same with the collision detection in some areas. And maybe some other little things need to be changed. I still think that this has been a very good run. Not much left to do with Crash Bandicoot. I was actually just seeing if they added the secret buttons that were planned to be in the original but were removed, but they didn't. And now we're going to be going off the air because Crash had the boogie, And we are now done. No more N Sane Trilogy. We are finally done with the collection.